The following program is for mature audiences only. The views expressed by the people and other guests on the podcast are their opinions and their own and don't reflect the institutions or establishments that they work for. So please do not get our asses fired or canceled. Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
Hey, welcome to Glad You Made It podcast, episode 3. You can watch this episode on YouTube if you want. We made the recording area very nice. You know, our dog is annoying the shit out. I like how my dog was quiet the entire time we were setting up.
And as soon as you hit record,
decided to move his ass out the way. Wilson, hop on up, dude.
All right, up.
Come on.
Up. Come up. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Now
Show your, just your.
If you subscribe now to my channel, you can see
our dog's
butthole on YouTube. Yeah. I don't. Off to a great start in the podcast realm. Join with me is my lovely wife, Kat. What's up, babe?
Hi.
We just got. If we sound tired, it's because
we are.
We are. We just got back from Vermont, hanging out with some friends. It was a good time to be amongst nature. The Green Mountain State, I believe that's what it is. We got no maple syrup. We bought a lotto ticket. Oh yeah, baby, we got a lotto ticket and we did not win.
We did not. Again,
1.2 billion.
We talked about this last time.
I know, but 1.2 billion, that was pretty dope. Like as we record this, the ticket has gone unclaimed, and it's somebody in Illinois.
I think they claimed it anonymously.
Oh, anonymous?
Maybe. I don't know.
Are you struggling?
Illinois.
Anonymous. Yeah, I was like, what happened there? Anonymous?
Anonymous.
No,
I don't know. Look it up.
Look it up. But we got a pretty cool episode today. We got Karen Morgan. We met at the Nantucket Comedy Festival. That was a good time.
Sure did. She had some great pants on.
But yeah, I know. We keep talking about how cool her pants were, but she's a great comic too.
She is. Yeah. She just happened to be wearing some great. She had like these 70s flare pants. They're great.
Yeah, they were cool. When you're going to a comedy show, and for the record, we looked like we just came from the gym. Everyone's looking nice. It's Nantucket. And then we show up and out pops. We go to the first show and out pops this wonderful woman with these cool pants. I know we keep talking about these pants, but we'll find them.
We'll find a picture.
We'll find a picture and y'all can see the pants and probably get you some. I want to, baby, can I get you some of them pants?
No.
Okay, fine. You didn't like, so you like the pants, you just didn't like them for you.
I like them on her.
Okay, fair. All right. Yeah, we were in Vermont. It was cool to be amongst nature. No maple syrup, no lotto ticket. I went and got coffee for everyone. That was interesting because I walked into Dunkin' Donuts at 9 a.m. and I ordered those big boxes of coffee.
Box of Joe.
A box of Joe.
Box of Joe.
Wilson,
can you
not do? Yo,
Wilson.
Man.
Good.
I like how we have to pause this podcast every now and then for our dog to stop acting like a piece of shit. Anyway. So, getting a box of Joe, and this lady, I felt bad for her because it was Sunday morning, and people are just yelling at her because they want their coffee. And I was like, hey, good morning. And you know how I am. When I could tell somebody's having a bad day, you just want to grab them and just say, hey, it's going to be all right. And she was like, you're so nice. She's like, you want some free donuts? And I said, absolutely not. And I just left.
We got way too much food at the house already.
It's like we had so much food. But yeah, I'm exhausted. Today, how was your day?
Exhausting.
I don't know if people can hear our dog lapping up water in the background.
Just being all kinds of disruptive.
I don't know how, like, he was in place for 20 minutes and then all of a sudden just decides to just stir up all this shit. It's all right. Now he's going through a purse. He's going through the bathing suit bag. He's going through the gym bag. He's sniffing up on the dog bag.
All right, let's just.
It's just annoying. And now, see. All right. Anyway, cool episode. I know. Yeah, I know.
We're getting to it.
I know. We're just tired, and we had a good day, but we're excited. I'm not sure what we're excited about. We're excited that we have a cool guest. If you'd like to donate to the Patreon, we do have people that did donate to the Patreon, and I want to thank them. I just don't have the list ready. You can see I was not prepared for this today, and I apologize to that for you. But I do want to thank people that are supporting the Patreon. You go to patreon.com/GladYouMadeIt, and you can support the podcast.
And all proceeds will go towards dog training.
Why are you looking at me like this? Not to cat,
dog.
but yeah. But Wilson is just looking at me. So, okay. We did have, while we were in Vermont, we did not take the dog with us. We did have.
God, no.
Yeah, we had Wilson stay with some friends. And Wilson made a friend. It's so cool because you have to understand, our dog is an asshole. He made a friend, and then he was such a good friend that they sent him back with one of his new friend's toys.
He basically just kind of commandeered a toy from this dog and was like, yeah, this is mine now.
This is mine now.
Little coffee cup.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, in bed he goes.
And now he's in bed. All right, so now if you watch this on the YouTube, you got a nice little Wilson cam. You got
a little silhouette.
Yeah.
Little Batman.
Your little Batman ears. I like that we've made this intro strictly about our dog, Vermont, and
Dunkin' Donuts.
And Dunkin' Donuts. This is a very New England start. I got shows to promote. August 11th and 12th, I'll be in San Diego at Mike Drop Comedy. Come see me in San Diego. August 20th, I'll be at Dry Bar Comedy in Provo, Utah. August 21st, Wise Guys, Salt Lake City. Come just get some damn tickets, okay? I want to give you guys jokes, and so that we can continue to produce comedy, produce a cool podcast, and give y'all something to be glad about. I love this. I love this vibe, and I appreciate the nice texts, that we get from people in the emails, and we got some cool guests coming up. Some have confirmed, some have not confirmed, but have given me a sure or a yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The okay was another one that I got. A lot of people have left me on red.
Ooh,
that's fun.
It is.
It's
especially when you send the message, you forget about it, and you check back, and you're like, "Oh, they opened this like 5 hours ago."
Yeah, or 5 days ago, and then you're like, "Oh, damn, they thought about it, and they still thinking about it, and they said no." Shout out to the people who just say I appreciate the no's.
Yeah, I'd rather get a no than.
They're like, nah, I'm not interested. Just don't give me hope. 2020 is hard enough. Or 2022. I don't even know what year it is.
Welcome to the future.
2022 is hard enough. Don't give me hope. All right. I'm still trying to get this summer body together.
You look great.
Thank you. But I want abs. I want the V shit. I want the little Ryan Reynolds. Just one more time.
The Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. Well, he has it. I'm trying to think of somebody else off the top who has the V thing. The
V? I don't know. I don't focus on the V that much.
Good. I like you. I appreciate the fact that you don't focus on the V.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not important to you?
No.
What's important to you?
Arms.
Yeah, I got them.
You got those.
I got arms.
I mean, it's mostly like a sense of humor, but we're talking physical.
Physical?
Mm-hmm.
Arms. You like arms? What else you like?
Forearms.
Forearms? Yeah. I got a really strong right forearm.
Yeah.
From writing jokes, not anything else.
Honestly, I do appreciate a good butt. That was part of the initial attraction. I went through your Instagram and I saw that ass photo and I was like, whoa.
Yams.
Yeah.
I was out there taking butt photos back in.
No, you were getting a tattoo and you were like laying on your stomach.
Oh, yeah.
And your butt was just like,
oh yeah, that's a classic. That's when I got my Star Wars tattoo. For the record, I do not have a Star Wars tattoo on my butt, but I have one on my back right heel. Where my right cankle is. That's where I have.
You don't have a cankle.
That's what I want to call it. It's right where my right cankle is. I have a nice Star Wars tattoo, but I'm getting.
But if you have cankles, that's fine.
I know, which is fine. But I want to just get the imagery right. So I'm laying on my back, and there's this picture deep in my Instagram from probably like 5 years ago, and I'm wearing some. They're not hoochie daddy shorts, but they're kind of short.
They're just regular gym shorts.
Yeah,
your ass is just.
It's bulbous. It's plump. Like it's just out there, and and Noelle. Shout out to Noelle. Check out their podcast. Chelsea and Noelle Go to Hell. That's but yeah. She's got the prayer hands by my butt.
Yep.
Those are good times. Yeah. It's that's when I was doing like squats I was doing squats every day. I did a 30-day program where you do squats every day. Mm-hmm. And your knees hurt forever.
Yeah.
And you can never sit down, and you have to do that slow when you sit down on the toilet, you have to do that slow
descend.
Yeah. Sometimes I do just the quick, just to get it over with, and I just slam my butt down on the toilet.
Great. That's great to know as we're homeowners.
So I'm waiting for the plumber to just come by and just be like, this toilet has been dislodged. Like, a lot of wear and tear. And
it's a great force.
It's just from me slamming down my ass on the...
After glute day.
Yeah, which was every day, and I was
that's
constantly
every day
sore.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah, but
side note for the fellas out there, like don't. Well, first of all, don't miss leg day.
Yeah.
But also pay attention to your ass. We like a nice ass. Like, we want something to grab onto.
To grip onto.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just nice to see. Yeah, a little booty.
You know,
it's fun.
You don't want that Hank Hill.
Fun. Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah, that's the sound of somebody's hand just sliding off because there's no ass to catch it.
Like, okay, who's got Hank Hill? Is when you think flat asses, you think of Hank Hill, the ultimate of long back. Who else got a long back? For those who don't know, a flat ass is also known as a long back. Who else can you think of?
I just immediately think of this guy that I was walking behind the other day, and he had a belt on that was like hanging on for dear life because it had nothing.
What's the point of the belt?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, sir.
Well, maybe was the belt to just hold everything in place? Otherwise, he's just walking around with his pants down at his ankles.
I guess.
Do you know that there are grown men that still like pull their pants all the way down when they go to the bathroom and like at the urinal? I've seen it. It's so weird. When I used to work at this bar, there was this one guy who would always come in, pants at his ankles. He'd do his business, and everyone had to pretend it was normal.
But how do you not notice, like, take that social cue of like, oh, everyone else around me is not doing this. Maybe I'm doing something weird. Or are they just super committed to like, yeah, this is how I piss. I'm not changing it.
Sometimes you just gotta be. I mean, I respect it. Sometimes you maybe it's a comfort issue. Maybe he's, who knows? Maybe he has trouble going, or he
just had one really bad incident where he like pissed on.
Wilson's over here disapproving of this conversation.
I don't know. Maybe there was an unfortunate incident with some pants. And he was like, let's get these out of the way forever.
That's right. Well, fellas, don't miss leg day. Do squats with great force so you can sit down and possibly dislodge a toilet with your phenomenal ass.
But keep those pants up when you're standing up to pee.
And if you're worried about not fitting your jeans, this is not. I don't work for Levi's, or Express, but their athletic fit with the stretch. Levi's 541 for men with ass. It is great.
Okay.
That's the Levi's. If you want to send me a check or a lifetime supply so my ass can fit in them jeans, I would greatly appreciate that. If you're watching the YouTube right now, I got a little thigh meat hanging out. We out, it's got a little thigh meat. So you hear that smack? That's all America right there. That's all America. Look at these thighs. I'm dislodging toilets out here. It takes a minute to take my jeans off. I got to jump to get in these. Pants. It's fun. It's fun to have ass like that, because you know that, like you know that your strength comes from within. All right. Anyways, we're gonna take a quick break and give y'all something to be glad about. We're back. We're giving y'all something to be glad about, and yeah, we're calling it Gratitude. It's stuck, baby.
That's fine.
People have sent in their emails. There were texts. They said Gratitude is fine.
It's here to stay.
They get why some don't fully agree with it, but they understand why it works. So Gratitude is here to stay. What you got from the glad news?
Surprisingly, there was not a lot of fun, uplifting news. Or the stories that I found were all just very factual and serious.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, tigers aren't as extinct as we thought. Oh, we've removed trash from the ocean.
Just like
so
one can.
Not a lot that we can riff off of. So I found ones that might not necessarily be good news, but they're good for a chuckle. And sometimes we have to laugh at misfortune. Anyway, so the first one is actually a local story taking place right here in beautiful Plymouth, Massachusetts.
America's
hometown and my hometown.
Right.
And I decided to read the headlines because the headlines tend to be the best part, and then I will explain. So the headline, whale womping. Jumping humpback whale lands on a boat. No one hurt.
That's a full headline.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen the video of this. Someone sent this to me over the weekend, but I think I had a few drinks, and I felt like I dreamt this. Because I remember seeing the video, but I don't know when I saw it, but it's pretty interesting to see because that whale didn't give a shit.
No. So, boaters and whale watchers off Massachusetts got a surprise over the weekend when a humpback whale breached and landed on the bow of a 19-foot vessel. Video footage shows it launching its body.
Not giving him.
And its head slamming onto the front of the boat, tipping the rear of the vessel out of the water as it slid back into the ocean.
Well, I mean, it's not going to, where else does it have to go?
I know, but it's just funny to think of it just being like...
sliding back off and just...
Because it's got no ass.
It's got a humpback.
He has no ass whales. Okay, so that's that. The next story, not a feel-good story at all, but funny. All right, so the headline, chess-playing robot breaks child's finger at Moscow event.
What? Skynet is real. Skynet is real. The robots are coming. They're coming. Why did he break? Was the robot losing?
So it doesn't specify.
Was the kid talking shit to the robot? Did he
I hope so. So a chess-playing robot grabbed the finger of its 7-year-old opponent broke it during last week's Moscow Chess Open tournament. Quote, the robot broke the child's finger, Sergei Lazarev, president of the Moscow Chess Federation, said. Of course, this is bad. End quote.
Of course, this is bad. Yeah, no shit.
A video shared on social media shows the robot taking one of the boy's pieces and then grabbing his finger as he attempts to make a move.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn.
So,
like, who won? Did the kid... I hope that kid beat that robot's ass.
I didn't read that far. They probably had to
in all
stop
seriousness,
everything. And he finished the tournament in a cast.
In all seriousness? Okay, he finished the tournament. So,
he did, so...
Like, okay. I think shout out to this kid for being a trooper and finishing, but we don't have any more information, but based off that headline, I don't think he won. But, because if the kid did win, it'd be like, yo... This badass kid beat the shit out of this smart ass robot. We're in the fight against machines, And I think the kid had to take the L to prevent war. So shout out to this young this young lad.
Yeah, because I mean it is in Moscow. So.
No, but I'm saying no. This isn't about U.S. and Russia. This is about humans versus machines. I think
this
that
is a worldwide issue.
Yeah, this is our John Connor. We got to protect this kid. We got to protect this kid at all costs. Baby, I know you've never seen Terminator 2, but just fine. It's fine. But like, there's this scene of Linda Hamilton who plays Sarah Connor, and she's doing like pull-ups, and it's awesome. For anybody that knows what I'm talking about, you want to see a badass woman just doing some pull-ups. Linda Hamilton and Sarah Connor, Terminator 2, amazing. All right. Anyways, what's the next one?
So the last one is a little bit more lighthearted. So the headline: UK family's missing beagle mix returns home with third place ribbon from dog show.
What?
West Sussex couple Peter and Paula became sick with worry when their 5-year-old beagle mix Bonnie vanished through an open gate on Sunday morning. So basically their dog runs away. And I'll just kind of sum up the rest of the article because there was no easy way to cut and paste.
Yeah.
So basically this dog runs away and it runs into this man who's taking his 2 dogs to a dog show. And he's already running late, so he's like, fuck it, I'll just enter this dog too. So he just enters this dog into the dog show, and the dog wins third place. And then he just sends her home.
Did the other 2 dogs even place?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention
No,
to
but
that.
I think the dog had to get third place because it ran away. You can't. First,
it was a pity vote?
Yeah, once they realized, yo, this ain't even your dog. All right, fine. This is a well-behaved dog, but not that well-behaved. Third place for you.
You ran away.
You ran away.
Minus 2 points.
But he comes home with
Like, can you imagine, God forbid, Wilson runs away from home, and then he comes back with a rib, with a prize?
Yeah, with the prize, like, yeah, I know y'all was worried, but, I'm out here.
I'm repping the Whitakers.
Yeah, doing a good job. I'm a bad boy, but I'm also a pretty good dog.
How do you think Wilson would do in a dog show?
I think okay.
Well, it depends on the event. That's the biggest thing. If it's obedience,
no,
it's not.
But focus,
agility,
yes. Speed, yes.
Yes.
Fetch,
tearing the stuffing out of a toy. Champion.
You ever seen those dogs do the slalom shit?
I do want to. Yeah, I would love to see him.
That shit is cool.
I wonder if he could do that with his body shape.
He's got a long back. He could probably do it. A dog's got a long back.
Well, it is funny because he does have this corgi booty, but at the same time, when he like hops up on the ledge to look out the window, he's got that Hank Hill ass. From behind, from his silhouette.
We don't know exactly. They said he was a Chiweenie, which is a Chihuahua Dachshund mix, but I'm more convinced that he is a Corgador, which is a Corgi and a Labrador, because he's so good at playing fetch, but he's got that Corgi attitude. But he also might be a Chihuahua mix. I don't think he could
also just be a mix of
all
the things. I do want to do his little DNA.
I'm not doing that.
I'll do it.
All right. I'm
gonna take the Patreon money and do his DNA.
Don't do that shit for your own.
Just kidding.
All right, fine. You know what? If you want to be in the doggy DNA tier, if you want the oh my God, there's dog ancestry. They just run.
Okay, but to be fair, they not only do their DNA to figure out what breeds they are, they also use that data for research to help with the longevity of dog lives and helps with disease and for good.
Baby,
to help dogs live longer.
I get it. I want them to live
longer. Is there
longer.
no greater cause in the world?
But also whatever happened, just good exercise. We put Wilson on a diet. He already lost 4 pounds.
But we don't know that. We got to.
No, he's looking
Slim boy.
good. He's looking good. So
I know.
our dog's looking good. He would probably take. I'd give Wilson. I think he'd be a top 5. I don't think he'd be but I think he'd be up there.
Yeah.
I think
depending on the event, if it was sport,
I think if we did
he would do well.
I think we would do if he did the agility where that's where, where the people just run around and they like, you got to go through this course. Like he would mess up on a couple, but I think he could do the little tunnel. Mm-hmm. He could do the seesaw. I know if we've seen him do that. Mm-hmm. The slalom thing, I would love to see him do that. I don't know if he, but I feel if we knew what he would chase and he would chase the ball.
Yeah.
If we could just get that on a selfie stick and just run around with it.
A selfie stick.
Or he would just plow right through the middle.
I'd be cool at a dog show. I have like a cool ass outfit, you know. Like I always see these people like in their little.
Well, I love how I get it because it's the decorum of the dog show, but I love how they're full on running with this dog, but they're in like a suit.
Yeah. But yeah, I want like a suit with like Stacey Adams. I want the Now or Later Gators. I want to look smooth when I go up there. Like, damn, I want to look like Bishop Magic Don Juan. Anyways, thank you, honey, for some glad news, and we'll get to the episode with Karen Morgan. Please to enjoy. Peace.
Peace.
In studio, but in her own house, we have the very funny, the very talented, the very in shape, Karen Morgan.
I don't know about the last part. I'm here.
Okay.
How's that? I'm in my chair.
You just talked about, before we had the cameras rolling, you were just talking about going for a swim in 51-degree water. No, thank you.
Well, you have a wetsuit. I'm a Georgia girl, but I live in Maine, and so I've had to learn to swim in cold water. And I don't love the cold water. I prefer warmer water, but I have a very cool warm wetsuit that I use.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect it. I respect it, but you know, to each his own. I've been in that water, and I said no thanks. Like I'm a beach guy myself, but 51 degrees. I'm from California. It's a little bit warmer in our water. This Atlantic stuff is I can see why the lobsters taste better. They do.
Yeah, well, so. I was not in 51 degrees this morning. I think it was probably like 65 this morning, but I'm getting ready for
Still
the
too
one
cold.
that's going to be 51. So. It's not 80. Let's just say it's not 80. We're good.
I happened to meet this person happenstance at the Nantucket Comedy Festival. My wife and I rolled in late because we had regular things going on. We couldn't come in on Thursday night, but we showed up Friday evening. Hadn't even changed into our show clothes. We looked like someone joked that we looked like the trainers for the comedians, and because we were still in gym clothes. And the first show we see, and what was it? What was the theme? It was Southern Comfort.
It was Southern Comfort.
That's right.
Yes.
And out trots a wonderful person in these shorts that I could only, or these pants that were like salmon, rosé, white, black. It was a lot. It was a beautiful outfit, and I heard that Southern drawl, and I immediately felt at home because I'm a Southern California kid, but I do have a Southern upbringing from my mother, and it was just nice to hear somebody say y'all in New England, and it made me feel at home, and then I got a chance to talk to her, and then I find out she's training for the triathlon while she's doing a comedy festival. How do you find time for all this stuff?
You know, I have to find time for it because it's my mental health, the training stuff, and I have to sort of give the caveat that I am not one of these really great triathletes. I'm not. I do just enough training to do the tri and not be totally embarrassed. Right? I just get myself through it. My goal is don't be embarrassed, and so if I can do that, I'm pretty good. A few years ago, I trained more for tries, and the past couple of years, throw COVID in there and everything else, my training has gone more towards swimming mostly. So I train a lot for swimming. So for the triathlon, the swim comes first. So I do really great at the beginning, and then the rest of the day I slowly lose to everybody else because they're on the bike and I'm not a runner. So, but the swim is my favorite part, and I'm just more of a swimmer than anything else.
Okay, fair enough. You stick to your 51-degree water. I guess that's what makes you a great swimmer. But how do you? Which one's tougher, stand-up comedy or triathlete?
Oh gosh, that's hard because I always compared before I became a comedian. I was a trial attorney, and I tell people that stand-up comedy is harder. People don't believe me in a different way. Stand-up comedy is harder in terms of being on a stage. You are by yourself. You do not have a book of statutes to read from. It is you. You're up there, and the responses. And even though I was a trial attorney and I'm in front of a courtroom of people, there was always something else that you could sort of at least look at your notes. So when you start doing stand up, it is a raw thing. So comparing that to triathlons, I think I don't know. To me right now, triathlons are harder just because I'm not training. Yeah. Just because I'm not training as much. It's if I trained every day. And again, as you said, it's time, how much time do you have? I have friends and a really good close friend that was a pro triathlete, and you talk about training schedules, those guys, it's a lot of work and a lot of hours. So I prefer to train with my comedy. If I have to pick the time of what I want to do, my creative side needs to be fed as well. So it's a balance. Everything's a balance.
I don't want to gloss over the fact that you were a former trial attorney. That takes time away from your family. Being a comic takes time away from your family, and then being a triathlete takes time. Something had to give. It clearly,
sanity.
How'd you figure
Sanity
that out?
Left me. That's what had to give. And my kids are grown now. They're college age and just post college age. So it's not like I am full-time momming like I was for a while there. And even if you're a parent, though, you still have to give something to yourself. And I think that as my generation ages, I'm 58 years old. And as I get older, I really find that I need to do something physical every day just to feel good, just to keep things moving. And this may be why I'm drawn more to swimming, because what's great about swimming is no one can talk to you. It's very meditative. I did a swim last weekend in Vermont, and we were in this lake, and it was a 5K swim. And I found myself during this particular swim writing material because you're in your head's in the water. It's only you and your kayaker, right? So you're going for miles and miles, and there's only so many songs you can sing in your head while you're swimming. So at some point, my brain turned, and I was like, I think I've got some new material I need. So I'm writing material in my head while I'm swimming, and I'm going to do it tomorrow night. I'm so excited. I'm like, I got some new stuff from my swim. We'll see.
Well, that's okay. Well, see, this is you have what I like to call good problems, because I write my best material in the shower as well. Something about the water clearing my thoughts.
Yeah.
But yeah, you taking a kayak out, going for a swim, it feels better. I might have to try it now. I'm a decent swimmer, but I might have to do this. It will definitely save me on my water bill. So there we go.
Yeah, get
no. So what? All right. So what songs are you singing while you're swimming?
Oh God. Well, it changed. There was one that when I first started doing open water swimming. There's a song by I can't think of his name right now, but it's called Snake Farm by Ray Wally. And it's called Snake Farm. Just Google Snake Farm.
Okay.
And it's hilarious, and it's just a song. And there was something about the rhythm of that song that it was just the right speed of me swimming because if you're in the water for 3 hours, you gotta do something.
Why are you in the water for 3 hours?
Well, depending on how far you're going, like the 5K. If I do a 10K or the 5K took me an hour and a half, so that's 3.1 miles. So it's an hour and a half in the water, But there were people, Jay, there were people that did 25 miles at this thing on Saturday. And so that was my question of them. I'm like, what do you think about? Like, I'm writing jokes. What are y'all thinking about, right? And there's 6 hours 7 hours, 8 hours in the water.
When I think about 3 hours in the water, all I think about is my skin personally, because I'm big on moisturization, and I believe that our not just our body should stay hydrated on the outside, or on the inside, but also on the outside. Like, what type? Take me through what kind of lotions, oils. Like, I need to know, because 3 hours in the water, it just sounds like just being a prune when you come out, just ashy, just gross. Nope.
Well, again, I wear a wetsuit, and but there were people at this race that we did on Saturday. As a matter of fact, we were the minority of people in wetsuits. Most people did not have a wetsuit on, and I don't know. I do get cold, so I like to wear a wetsuit either way. And you do feel a little pruny when you get out. You feel a little tired, and I'm hungry. I'm super hungry when I get out of the water.
Okay.
Something about eating.
All right. So triathlete meal. What's your best post triathlete meal?
This is terrible. My triathlete meal is what used to be my pre-show comedy meal, which was a Slim Jim and a Mountain Dew.
Oh my gosh, you are definitely a true comic.
Yeah. So that was my pre-show meal for comedy has not changed since I started 18 years ago. Same.
But isn't it the best feeling to just have that it reminds you of when you were hungry, and you're like, you're starting out, it kind of grounds you. You know what I mean? Like,
it does.
I have to have chicken wings.
Okay.
Yeah, just chicken wings with the sauce on the side, because I'm an interactive type of person. I like to dip, and I write with I'm right-handed, so I write with my right money set down with my right hand, and my left hand is doing the dipping. It's it's my problem, not yours.
Are you a blue cheese or ranch person for the dip?
I am a blue cheese person.
Okay.
I am a blue cheese person.
That's classic.
Ranch,
Yeah.
Are you a ranch?
I don't do that many wings. My sons do wings. They're big on the wings, and they do them on the grill. And they do a lot of this pre-prep soaking and marinating and stuff. And we ain't got time for all that. No. Wait, so you started comedy 18 years ago. I mean, you told me your age, so I'm gonna do the math. But like, what was it like starting comedy at that age? I was 40. And in terms of being a comic, I was usually the older one in the group, but at the same time, there's something about the life experience of being 40, mostly the life experience of having 3 kids, that there's a great feeling of not really caring what other people think. And that's a huge thing in comedy, that you've got to truly be yourself. And, and I'm glad that I had the life experience to start when I was 40, because if I had started in my 20s, I don't know what I would have been like. I don't think I would have had enough really to draw from, to be calm enough to really go slow on stage and really tell the story I want to tell. And it's just, I was happy to start then, and I'm still happy to keep doing it. I've gone off and on depending on how old my kids have been and what activities they've been,
No, that's awesome. I mean, you showed up with tons of life experience, a polished public speaker. So, I mean, if it seemed like you just probably fit like a duck in water. Did you start in, now you mentioned you're from Georgia. Would you start down south or start up in Maine?
I started in Maine. So I moved to Maine. Okay. I've been in Maine 26 years now. I met my husband on a blind date here and moved up from Atlanta. And so still practicing law, but my youngest was 2.
Wait, I'm sorry. We're just going to gloss over a blind date from Maine and Atlanta. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. So my husband is from Boston, and he was living in Maine, and he was building stuff at the time. He was building a house for my aunt and uncle, and my aunt and uncle were like, "Oh, you should meet our builder. He's so cute. You'd like to meet him." And I was like, I am not so desperate as to have to go all the way to Maine from Atlanta for a date, and then
Right.
clearly I did. So I so I came up and I met him, and then I moved up here 6 months later and went to a different law practice up here and took a second bar exam. So it was true love, and we've been married 26 years now. So it's
Above the Mason-Dixon for love. I love it. I love it.
I'm still cold most of the time, and I have a hard time like in March and April. Is like the lack of spring. I think that's when I have the
Yeah.
hardest time, because down in Georgia, that's when the azaleas are blooming and
Absolutely.
everything. That's a hard time of year. But otherwise, it's a great place to raise a family. It's Mainers are down to earth, real people. They're wonderful. They're harder to get to know than Southerners in a
Yes.
good way, because how Southerners are nice to your face, but you don't know if they really are nice. It's it's the bless your heart kind of thing. You don't know if they're being really nice, but Mainers, they have integrity. They won't. It takes longer to get to know them, but when you do, they are true friends. So I've enjoyed
No,
it.
I 100% agree with that. That's a solid assessment of Maine. I just last month I was in Maine for the first time, featuring for Bob Marley, and it was a good time. I was in Dover, Foxcroft, I think I want to say, and then
yeah.
Ogunquit, but I stayed in Bangor, but like people were they were curiously friendly, and which kind of caught me off guard because I'm so used to Bostonians that are can come across a little like cautious. So it was cool. But once I got a chance to just chat people up, they were really, really nice and really fun and really endearing.
Yeah.
So wait, I want to fast forward to what you're doing now. Like I know I peeped your website. I want to talk about the Karen's tour. If you go on KarenMorgan.com, you'll see that she has some dates coming up for the Karens.
The Karen.
How did this come about?
Karen. So my friend Karen Mills, who's a wonderful lady, a wonderful comic, and who's been doing comedy longer than I have. I've known her for years, and I met her through Vic Henley in Nantucket. And anyway, when all this Karen phenomenon started happening, of course,
figured it. Yeah.
we tried to wait it out, but I guess we're just going to have to embrace it now. So the two of us decided, hey, let's just do a tour and just call it the Karens. And again, she's such a talented comic and just a great lady. And so she lives down in Tennessee, and I live up here. So our first show for the summer is going to be in Wabash, Indiana. So it's actually in August, and then we go from there. I go from there to Tennessee, and then we have a bunch of dates in the fall. So but Karen's got dry bar comedy specials as well, and she works clean. So she and I both do more in terms of theater shows. I don't really do the comedy club circuit. I do more theaters. So, and she does as well. So it's a nice fit for the two of us to get together.
That's awesome. So, and I mean, also, yes, forgot to mention, yes, we're all dry bar family, so to speak. I'll be going back next month to do another one for Dry Bar Encore. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, they're great.
What was that experience like taping for Dry Bar?
It was great. The first one was really fun. The second one was even better because I was more comfortable with what the process was, and the people there are just so nice. The way they did it.
Really are.
I did my second one last September, so it was sort of post-COVID. So there were people in the audience that had masks on, and it was after that. I know some people had taped their specials when people had fewer people in the audience, so it was kind of tough.
Yeah.
So, but it's just such a nice audience, and I like, I work clean anyway, so it wasn't like I had to change a whole lot of stuff. So, it's just a good environment. They treat the comics great. I think what they have done is so smart in terms of creating this community of us dry bar comics. It's been kind of nice.
Yeah. It's been good, and see, like I'll be the first to say I go back and forth. I'm kind of a tennis racket. Like, I can do a clean show, and then I'll go do a bar gig and say whatever I need.
It happens.
Need to get,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll say whatever I need to get off my chest before I go to my therapist. But it's just so I kind of ping pong back and forth. But like it is, I was on season 2. And so it was still kind of in the early stages, but it was I was grateful enough to be a part of it, and so I'm happy to do another one because I didn't at the time. I honestly didn't know what I was doing, because taping, for those that are listening, taping a comedy special it's unique. It's a different process, and if you don't know what to expect or what to do, the biggest thing I learned was to pause at the end of certain bits just to. So that you're ensuring that the audio folks can cut better in post. Audio and the AV guys can cut better in post. But it was just very, very frustrating process for me on my end because I felt like I wasn't prepared. But now I'm ready to do it. I mean, there's obviously, we always remember the great shows, but even the bad shows. There was a time, like that was the thing I'm about during the pandemic was like I missed bombing. I genuinely. You know what I'm saying? Like just like you have that long drive back to the hotel. Even the drive might be 5 minutes, but it feels like 5 hours, and you're sitting there contemplating, like, what just
happened?
What was that? What's your favorite bomb?
Well, my favorite bomb was my first real show after my workshop. So I took Tim Farrell's workshop. That's how I started here. And then, how you have a graduation show and all your friends and everybody comes. So, the bar is super low on how you really do. And then, my first real show, my husband went with me. And here I am at the time, I've got 3 kids and I'm, working on my Nick at Night material and doing all that kind of stuff. So it was all motherhood and bottles and diapers and mommy stuff. But in the lineup, I went after these 2 guys that for some reason there were 2 of them. I don't know what they were doing, some sort of improv thing, and they were nasty. And then they pulled some audience member up to sit on stage with them, and they were like doing this grinding dance up to her head, and it was even nastier. And then I get to go next, with my mommy humor that's all clean, and so it wasn't great to begin with, and then it just went downhill from there. And so this is the first thing my husband has ever seen. So we're walking back to the car, the walk to the car, and he just says, "Well, if that's what you want to do, okay." So that's the one that sticks out in my mind the most. You had to follow people twerking on someone's blouse. That's like just like what's happening.
Like that for the record, that doesn't even happen at most comedy shows. Like
the whole thing was weird. I still to this day don't know if it was why they were on stage. First of all, 2 together and then bring an audience member up. The whole thing was a little nuts. But anyway, I've moved forward and on, and I don't think about it anymore.
Okay, so. We'll stop. But okay. Full disclosure. Like, all right, guess what? It was me the whole time. I was the one that was twerking on that lady's.
He was twerking on somebody, some poor lady. Oh no! It's like, what is happening?
Improv people.
What are those people? I took an improv class once.
Yeah.
Somebody told me, it'll help with your crowd work. And I was like, I don't know. I have friends that are improvers. They're great at it. I love to go watch their shows. But I'm like that with you in 51 degree water. It is not for me. It's not my thing.
Karen, I do appreciate you just taking time out of your busy day. I know you could be swimming or singing or just
no, you don't want me to be singing.
Having some cocktails in pajamas.
No singing. I will have a shout out to Jimmy Dunn, who is going to be my kayaker for the Nubble Lighthouse swim. So I'm doing a show with him tomorrow night at down in.
Oh, please give my regards. That's my guy right there. Gave me a warm welcome when I moved to the Boston.
He's one of my favorite people, and that's what I love. And I'm so pleased to know you now, Jay. So another another group of us New England people, and we cross paths quite often, which is kind of nice.
Yes, we do. It's nice. So it's and yeah, like I said, I when I met you, I was like, oh my gosh, she's attorney, comedian, mom, and then just triathlete. I'm like, I was like, I need that secret sauce. So like, I just appreciate you sharing your experiences, sharing your knowledge with it, and much love and success to you, and it means a lot just for you to take time out of your day.
Well,
so
it's been my pleasure, Jay, and again, welcome to the New England comedy community. And we haven't been on a show together yet, but I have a feeling that we will someday. So I hope that will be soon.
Yeah, if you need a 6'1" brother to hop out during the Karen show to make it awkward for everybody involved,
you need to be the third Karen. I think that might be it.
Just like, hey. Just get I just want the audience reaction. I don't even want to do time. Just let me bring y'all out.
We'd like to introduce our third out. Karen Whitaker. Come on out. It's
yeah. And just turn the cameras around to the audience. I want the audience reaction. Like, you know how they show the audience reaction in like scary movies like Paranormal Activity, and you're like, I just want to see that reaction, and then I will just put that on a 10-hour loop on YouTube and monetize it.
Well,
there we go.
Wabash, Indiana, you can come. It'll be great.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you. You have a good rest of your day. I'm glad.
Awesome. Thanks, Jay. Have a good one.